Hey, this is Dennis with Florida Insurance Inspections. We're here to perform a wind mitigation inspection and a 4-point inspection on a single-family home in Southwest Miami-Dade. So when you're doing the inspection, the 4-point inspection, wind mitigation, whatever it is for an insurance carrier, they want to know if there's any hazards in the backyard. So if there's a pool, always take a picture of the pool and include it in either the 4-point or the wind mitigation. If there's a slide in the pool, that's a problem. If there's a diving board on the pool, that's going to be a problem. If the pool's green and the water's low, that's going to be a problem. And if there's a trampoline in the yard, that's going to be a problem too. So that is something that you can advise the homeowner that they might have an issue with before you leave their property. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get our exterior photos. We'll get pictures of the front, right, left, and rear exteriors. Always want to make sure we get a picture of the house number for the report. You notice the windows are still boarded up from Hurricane Irma, but chances are they don't meet the actual requirements for the Florida Building Code, so they'll count as not rated shutters on the wind mitigation report. Let's go to the left side. So I'll take my left side exterior. Noting the roof geometry on the wind mitigation is it's not a hip roof, so it's other than hip. Doggy. You always be safe of your surroundings when doing a home inspection. Sometimes people don't tell you about dogs or there's sharp things in the way, so you always watch your surroundings. Okay, so I'm going to get my rear photos, rear elevation photos. Noting they still have some leftover plywood, right, and they're non-impact windows, and like I said, being attached that close on the top of the concrete would not meet the Florida Building Code, so these would be not rated shutters. I get one wide shot showing the whole back to make it easier, and then I note the electric service drop going to the main service panel, so we're going to have a look at that. This one here is a Cutler Hammer 200 amps. It looks fairly new, within the last 15 years. So that's a service disconnect. It says 200 amps, but it's actually 150. And you can notice it's grounding down there, so it's ground properly. I'll take the cover off and have a look inside to see if they use the correct wiring. Okay, it looks pretty clean. So I'll take a picture of that for the report. Take a picture of the label for the report. And then I'll screw the sucker back on. To be technical, they have it attached with the wrong screws. An electrical panel should never be installed. The dead front cover should never be installed with pointed screws. That way you don't pierce a wire, you know, because you can get shocked that way. All right, so let's shut this down. And that's just the main service entrance. Now we have a look at the air conditioner. So this here looks like a package unit. So it's got the compressor, condenser, and the air handler in one section. It's about 17 years old. Now on the left side of the house, it's covered mostly by a boat, can't see much. 2 boarded up windows. All right, now let's go check the roof out. The roof on this house is the low slope modified bitumen roof covering. Looks to be maybe 10, 15 years old. It appears to be in functional condition, so there shouldn't be any problems with this on the insurance report. Okay, I'm about to go up into the attic to verify the roof mitigation details. So similar to the last roof, it has a tongue and groove roof deck. So I'll use the Zircon MT6 scanner to scan every board to see if there's 2 nails per board. All right, we're in business. So she's got the tongue and groove roof deck with 2 nails per board, which qualifies as a discount. All right, so whenever we're in the attic for the wind mitigation, we're verifying the roof deck attachment and the roof to wall connection. And all those instructions can be found online in InterNACHI's free How to Complete a Wind Mitigation course. It's important to have a camera with a high zoom and a very high-powered flashlight to get the pictures that you need. All right, let me put this ladder aside for a second. Now we're going to start looking at some of the 4-point details. So I can start by looking under the sink at the plumbing. See the copper supply line, and then there's PVC that's coupled to copper, which probably goes to cast iron. All right, so next thing we're going to look at is the water heater right here. I'll take a picture of that. And come behind me, you can try to look for some deficiencies. If you note that, for one, there's no TPR extension pipe, which is required. And for 2, if you were to look over here, so we note that the water heater is actually leaking. All right, so we're going to go ahead and recommend replacing the water heater. I'll take a picture of the laundry. Even though there's no, you're supposed to get a picture of the laundry connections, but it's sort of inaccessible, so I just take a picture of the laundry that way. And then we're going to take a picture of this electric panel. Okay, so we need to take a picture with the cover on. And then we remove the cover and check the wiring. Okay, this is actually called the dead front, the cover. All right, so we have copper, no double taps, no signs of arcing or any fire hazards. It looks like a clean panel. So I'll take a picture of that for the report. Okay, so one thing I'm not a big fan of is this conduit here that's missing a cap. It has exposed wiring. That's a safety hazard. Looking at these doors, I can tell this is an impact rated door. The label says so. So I'll note that in the wind mitigation report. Now we can go check some bathrooms out. So look under the sink. Kind of hard to see. Kind of the same gig as the last sink. It's been updated, but not completely updated through under the whole house. Okay, we just finished up our wind mitigation and 4-point inspection here in Southwest Miami-Dade. We went over all the details with the homeowner. We let her know what the next steps are, and we're about to head to our next location.